Hello, my name is Hannah Raymer for those of you who don't know, and today I'll be discussing the need for a mask in our current society today. For those of you who aren't aware, we're currently going through a global pandemic, which just means that this disease going around, the coronavirus, is spread all across the world, and this has made it so normal life can't happen. We can't just walk around, we can't go to the movies, go to the mall, hang out with our friends, just casually walk around the grocery store because we risk spreading the disease to others. And if we want normal life to go back to normal, there's a few things that we have now had to adjust to. You probably have heard the term social distancing, which just means staying a certain amount of feet, in this case 6, away from each other to help limit the amount of contact we have from people. As well as earlier this year, we really weren't allowed to go out of our house unless absolutely necessary, which just meant essential workers and grocery shopping. Restaurants were closed. People were out of jobs. It was a really rough time, as well as hand washing. Hand washing is something else that has been very strictly enforced more, and very specifically how to do it correctly, meaning washing your hands for at least 60 seconds, making sure you get all in between your fingers, your wrists, your thumbs, and also using hand sanitizer that has at least 68% alcohol to help kill that virus. The biggest way that we should be stopping the spread is wearing a mask. COVID-19 is spread through person-to-person contact, not surface-to-person contact. You are more likely to get this disease by talking face-to-face with a person than you are from touching some sort of surface and then touching your face or your mouth or your eyes or your nose. So, if you are talking to someone, let's say this far away, and they cough or sneeze or even just somehow spit while they're talking, because that happens sometimes, and you breathe that in, the likelihood of you getting the virus from them, if they have it, is very likely. And we can't just completely cut off people we don't know, because we do have to go to work. We do have to grocery shop. There's things that we have to do that we can't avoid. Masks help us be allowed to still do these things, because masks help protect ourselves and others by limiting those droplets from coming out of our mouths. A properly worn mask can significantly help decrease the spread of this virus. A mask properly worn should be worn over your mouth and your nose. If a mask is only worn over your mouth, you're not really doing much to help stop the spread, because if you were to sneeze, those droplets could get into the air and someone can breathe them in, which will give them the disease. So a mask should be worn both over the nose and the mouth. And a lot of people feel that masks are uncomfortable, and I don't agree. There are a lot of pros and cons to masks. Some cons are being that some people do feel anxiety or shortness of breath while wearing a mask, because that feeling of being closed off is kind of like a claustrophobic feeling. It's not comfortable. As well as they are really uncomfortable and hot worn for long periods of time. And as well as they can cause skin irritation or acne, because you're wearing something constantly over your face over and over again. And those oils on your face can get clogged and built up. On the other hand, there are some really pros that I think outweigh the cons, which are you're staying healthy and you're stopping the spread of the coronavirus, as well as you're helping the safety of others by wearing the mask and limiting those droplets, which I think is worth the uncomfortable hot feeling and maybe even the occasional pimple if it'll help us return back to normal life. There are a few different types of masks you can wear. There are regular hospital masks, which are usually blue or yellow and a paper material that you see usually in hospitals, as well as an N95, which is probably the best mask you can wear, but are severely uncomfortable and aren't required. There are gaiters, which are like a scarf you wear around your neck and pull up. And then there's basic cloth masks and even dry fit masks. Masks are very readily available now due to the fact that we are required per the governor's orders to wear them when we go out in any public area, inside, and crowded outdoor area. So finding the right mask for you will make a huge difference in feeling more comfortable outside and helping stop this spread. Just to give you a little idea of what will occur if we don't wear masks, without masks, the coronavirus will not go away. Life will stay how it is now, and going back to normal won't happen. We will never be allowed to go to the movies. We'll never be allowed to walk around the mall, roam free, do our own thing. Restaurants will always require less capacity in order to remain the social distancing requirements. As well as another surge can take place, which could and most likely will overload the hospitals again, and people who get the coronavirus, especially the older you are, require respirators. And at the very beginning of the year, medical professionals were having to choose who got to use a respirator and who didn't based on how they think they would survive. And that's very dangerous because you have to choose to keep this person alive or keep this person alive. And nobody wants to make that decision. As well as school. We have all probably by now heard that school will be online this fall, which some people that may be awesome for, but not everyone wants to spend maybe their senior year of high school or their freshman year of high school or their senior year of college or their first year of college online. You don't get that full experience, and there's a lot of things you're missing out. As well as sports. Big Ten football has been canceled. I think MAC division has been canceled. The high school sports in my specific area, the Plymouth Canton area, the football team has been canceled. So a lot of these things that you look forward to going back to school are canceled. And it's kind of like, what are you supposed to do? And wearing that mask will help stop all of this from occurring and stop the spread of coronavirus and make us go the night. So I encourage all of you to wear a mask or stay at home.